Okay, let me go across straight to Anil Tiwari, the president of the Allahabad High Court Bar Association, live from Allahabad. He will be questioning the secret oath. Along with him, I think he's on the move. That's fine. Let me introduce the other panelists. I have Kapil Sankla, who's an advocate and the founder of Sankla and Associates, live from Delhi, speaking to you after a long time. Kapil, I also have Jay Anand Dehadrai, who's a Supreme Court advocate, joining us live on the show. Now, I saw an interesting letter. I read this interesting letter, and this letter raises very, very important questions. And I want to go to Anil Tiwari on that question of why this is being called the secret oath, not by the media, but by the Bar Association of the Allahabad High Court. Anil Tiwari ji, I have a letter here in my hand, and I'm reading out that letter. The letter is dated the 5th of April 2025. On the 5th of April 2025, here's what happens, Kapil. Rajiv Bharti, the Registrar General, Rajiv Bharti is the Registrar General of the Allahabad High Court, writes a letter addressed to Shri Anil Tiwari, the President of the High Court Bar Association, High Court of Judicature at Allahabad. He says in his letter, the Registrar General, he says, "Dear Mr. Tiwari, Shri Tiwari, President of India, through notifications dated blah, 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 has been pleased to transfer Honorable Sri Justice Arindam Sinha, Judge, Odisha High Court, and Honorable Sri Justice Chandra Dhari Singh, Delhi High Court, to be judges of the Allahabad High Court." And then he says, the Registrar General, "Their Lordships shall make and subscribe an oath of affirmation at 10 a.m. on Monday, April 7th, 2025, which is, by the way, on Monday, in the courtroom of the Honorable Chief Justice with all the Honorable Judges present at Allahabad. May I request you to kindly attend the swearing-in ceremony in court attire and thereafter also be so kind enough to accept our invitation to join for a cup of tea in the Marble Hall." अनिल तिवारी जी, मार्बल हॉल में ये जस्टिस वर्मा का जो स्वेरिंग इन हुआ उसके लिए आपको नहीं मिला क्या इनविटेशन?
यही तो प्रॉब्लम है, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है, यही तो सवाल है कि मुझे 2 जजेस का इनविटेशन आता है, इंफॉर्मेशन आती है, नोटिफिकेशन आता है, और यशवंत वर्मा के केस में कोई नोटिफिकेशन नहीं है. नथिंग, एब्सोल्युटली कॉन्फिडेंशियल. मैं सवाल ये पूछ रहा हूं कि क्या जुडिशरी पीपुल ऑफ इंडिया से ऊपर है? पीपुल ऑफ इंडिया से ऊपर है अगर ये जुडिशरी, तो मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना, मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना. अगर हिंदुस्तान की जनता जिसने इस देश को बनाया, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अगर अंबेडकर साहब ने बनाया, अगर आज अंबेडकर साहब होते तो आंसू भर के रो रहे होते. मैं उनका अपमान नहीं बर्दाश्त कर सकता, इसलिए आवाज उठाऊं. जस्टिस वर्मा की ओथ एक फ्रॉड है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे. इट इज अ फ्रॉड अपॉन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. Now you note my words.
Noting.
Nobody is taking this dare to say that this is fraud upon the Constitution of India. And it's a fraud committed by the system. The system which is operating is absolutely committing this crime. They are defeating the interest of people of India. Why the bar has not been informed? No doubt we have said, we have declared that we will not be part of this oath ceremony. Let me say this, it is very clear and loud. But still, whether judicial system can be said an impartial system when they have done everything behind the curtain, whether it is permissible. Why this secret? What was the reason for this secret? This is the question. देखिए, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं साफ साफ. आज एक आदमी ने आवाज उठाई है, उसका नाम है अनिल तिवारी. उसने आवाज उठाई। उसकी आवाज पे हिंदुस्तान के 16 हाई कोर्ट्स ने समर्थन दिया। जिस दिन ये आवाज जनता की आवाज हो जाएगी ना भाई साहब, उस दिन क्या होगा इसका अंदाजा लगा लीजिए आप।
नहीं, आपको एक चीज बोलता हूं अनिल तिवारी जी, आपको एक चीज बोलता हूं. I will tell you something, because one of the first times, and the reason why I'm raising this point is I remember one of the first times जब कपिल सांकला जी एक एडवोकेट है, जब वो हमारे चैनल पे आए थे पहला बार, it was when our editor-in-chief and when our network came under attack in a state called Maharashtra under a dictator called Uddhav Thackeray. Okay? You know what happened back then, Kapil? They created false cases and they arrested our editor and our senior management, and they summoned all our reporters and senior editors, and I was called as well to the crime branch police. Now they did all of that by framing us in false cases. Now the reason why I'm saying this is because you have a situation where the police went later to court and said, my lords, we are sorry, we acted under political pressure, we faked, fudged evidence, it was a fake case, please forgive us, and close the case. The cases were shut. Okay, that's what happened when they created fake charges and went after someone. And then you have a case where there is cash, there are videos, there are accounts, first-hand accounts from fire officers, police officers. And then you have a judge, the judiciary coming under test, and my lord has taken oath, and the Bar Association says they haven't even been informed about it. Now, I just want to ask you as a layman, before speaking as an advocate, Kapil, what kind of a message is going out?
You know, it is very unfortunate what has happened, and I was actually thinking about this. Look at the timeline for a second. Cash is found in a judge's house. The honorable judge says that this was planted, that I am being falsely accused of certain acts. I haven't done it. Inquiry is supposed to be conducted. While the inquiry is being conducted, which is an in-house inquiry, there is no investigation, there is no FIR, there is no police or special services or CBI involved. But in an internal inquiry, he's transferred. Questions are raised as to his transfer, rightly so. Somebody files a PIL that even if he's being transferred, at least let us not get him, let him not take the oath. In the intervening period, a private oath ceremony is done, and the honorable court, the honorable judges, allowed to take oath. Now, the kind of message that goes is that there is already a trust deficit, and that trust deficit is growing. And now the bar, which is perhaps the second largest, the largest stakeholder of the judicial system, are you and I, the public. Second are the judges. Third are perhaps the judiciary, judicial officers, etc. So that is how the pyramid is. And now the lawyers are questioning, and the general public is questioning the role and the conduct, unfortunately, of the judiciary. Now, I may perhaps believe that the judge is above board, that the case is planted, it is fabricated. Even if it is so, justice is not only to be done, but has to be seen to be done. And what is required at this moment is to open up your books, so to say. And you say that everything will be in public eye. Let one of the strongest pillars, which is the media, scrutinize us. It is all right. Let it be the public who scrutinizes us. We have nothing to hide. And if somebody is guilty, he will be punished. It could be somebody who's planted it or somebody who really owned the cash. But at this moment, to have a hidden oath ceremony, which is unprecedented to my knowledge, can it be done? Perhaps. Should it be done? Never. Should it be done without involving the judicial, the bar? Absolutely not. And you have a situation now where we are questioning everything that is being done. And unfortunately, everything that is being done is being done. Unfortunately, what was said, kith and kin, the brother is going to protect brothers, etc. And now all of that is turning out to be correct. And all of that is in public domain, and all of that is being questioned. And all of that is really going to open up the judiciary in a way that has never happened before. And I think many more skeletons are going to crop out. And many more such false cases cases where people have been implicated or people have been protected are going to come out. And all of that is perhaps very, very important. It is time that judiciary itself opens up to questioning rather than hiding behind contempt of court and punishing people for raising their voice. So hats off to Mr. Tiwari for what he's done, and hats off to many other lawyers who have raised their voice.
I feel many bar associations are actually sticking their neck out because they know that it's not the popular line today. And Jay, let me tell you, with all our experience with the judiciary, there are many bar associations who have gone on record to say that yes, all's not well and there is corruption. The issue of corruption is real and it needs to be addressed. And the one test that was thrown at the judiciary, I'm afraid this is not looking good.
Niranjan, good evening and thank you for having me on your show. And I really agree with a lot of what Mr. Sankla has said. And right at the outset, I also tip my hat to Mr. Tiwari. He's a very senior, very respected member of the bar in Allahabad. And of course, he's going to be upset. I mean, the judge in question is, has come from that stable, so to speak. But having said all of that, the most fundamental principle of jurisprudence is, and especially in criminal law, is that you are innocent until you are proven guilty. And in this case, you have the Chief Justice of India, Niranjan, who has constituted in terms of how the law operates. There is a 2014 judgment which contemplates that in such situations, you have an in-house committee that goes into the depth of such allegations. It's doing that. The process is on. And insofar as this oath is concerned, yes, I understand. It would have been, it doesn't sound ideal that the oath was administered privately and so on. But it is routine and no work has been allotted to him. But I also want to say this, and I think it's very important to say this, because members of the judiciary cannot really speak for themselves. And in this case, you have a judge, and I'm sticking my neck out and saying it, that I do not believe, basis the evidence that has come out so far, that he is guilty of anything. When there is a murder, you need a body, you need a murder weapon. In this case, you have, yes, there are photographs, there are some grainy videos.
Photographs? Jay, one second. Jay,
no, come on, hang on. Give me, come on. I waited patiently.
Okay.
Come on, that's not fair.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
You have to hear me out. And you may not like my point of view, but please.
No, I wanted to contradict you there. I was going to let you speak anyway, but please.
I like a nice debate, but just hear me out.
Okay.
In this, thank you. In this case, look at the situation. You have only some videos, some grainy videos of some sacks of so-called, currency notes burning. We don't know where this is from. We don't know whether these currency notes were real. We don't know in the age of AI whether these videos are even authentic or not. But we have rushed to sort of completely skewer the reputation of this judge built over decades. And this, let me tell you, I practiced in the Delhi High Court. And Mr. Sankla will bear me out on this. This particular judge, Justice Yashwant Varma, has a fabulous reputation. Hardworking, industrious, fantastic intellect. Now, please see what's going to happen. Before an inquiry comes out, look at the larger issue. You have young individuals, young judges also in various high courts who are looking at this entire thing play out. And look what's going on in their mind. They've given up massive lucrative practices. They've come on to do essentially public service for peanuts. And they become these judges. And then even without it, inquiry comes out with a report. We are rushing to hang this man in the town square.
With that. I have appeared before him.
I'm going to ask, while you contradict him, Kapil, I'll let you contradict him. I just want to.
There has been a private oath ceremony. That is all.
Yeah, Kapil.
Yes,
see, I have that letter with me. I have that letter. One second. Jay.
That, this private oath, just a moment, Niranjan, this private oath, and to you as well, I understand the outrage, and Tiwari Sahab is also right. Why? What was the need of for a private oath? But at the same time, this is much ado about nothing. It's a routine formality. Mr. Sankla also knows this. When a transfer happens from one place to another, there is an oath that takes place. We all know this. This is how the system works.
Sir. 1 minute. No, my question was 1 second.
मैं एक बात बोलना चाहता हूँ, अगर मुझे मौका दे दे, जय जी के जवाब देना.
बोलिए अनिल तिवारी जी, बताइए.
Just a moment. I just want to say one more thing. Tiwari Sahab, today there is no, you'll agree with me. I'm your junior member from the bar. I'm your junior. You'll agree with me. We brief you in cases. Sir, there is no evidence. There is no inquiry report. Why should we punish?
Please, जय जी, मुझे अगर मौका देते तो मैं बोल दूं.
Sir,
अगर आप मुझे मौका दे तो मैं बोल दूं.
नहीं सर, आप.
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं जय जी कि प्लीज इस इशू को जिस नजरिए से आप देख रहे हैं वो नजरिया है यशवंत वर्मा। मैं जिस इशू को जिस नजरिए से देख रहा हूं वो नजरिया है जनता, आम जनता। क्या एक जज के लिए पूरा इंस्टीट्यूशन कुर्बान करने को तैयार हैं आप? मैं नहीं तैयार। एक
सर,
नंबर वन। नंबर टू,
मैं मानता हूं
मैंने कब कहा कि यशवंत वर्मा गिल्टी है? मैंने कभी कहा कि यशवंत वर्मा गिल्टी है? मैंने कभी कहा? मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि हिंदुस्तान की जनता का विश्वास अगर टूट गया जय साहब, तो जय साहब आप और हम दुनिया के बाहर दुकान लगा के सामान बेचेंगे। अदालत में कोई आएगा नहीं।
एक मोमेंट, आपकी और मेरी जिम्मेदारी है।
सुन लीजिए आप मेरी बात।
हम कानूनी,
नंबर वन, नंबर दो
कानूनी लोग हैं और संविधान का हम लोग संविधान को समझते हैं। हमारी जिम्मेदारी है कि हम लोगों को समझाएं।
सरकार तो जय साहब,
अनिल जी and Jay, 1 minute, 1 second. You know what happens is in this, I'll tell you typically what happens in such a debate is that Jay will tell you there is no proof. Jay will tell you that it's a bunch of, 1 second, he will tell you it's a cooked up story. He will say that these are AI videos. Jay, I want to refresh your memory. मैंने उनको बोलता हूँ, 1 मिनट बताता हूँ सर 1 मिनट अनिल जी, मैं उनको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि अगले दिन, उस रात से अगले दिन तक, I mean we were there for about 6-7 days non-stop outside the house. ये विजुअल देखिए जय देहादराय जी, ये जो विजुअल आपके सामने है ये AI नहीं है, हमारे रिपोर्टर के हाथ में।
It looks like a burnt leaf. Oh my! Burnt counterfeit note. I can't say
burnt counterfeit note. Wow! Try to understand. Wow! मैं तो एक लाइन आगे बोल रहा हूँ। अगर ये काउंटरफिट है, अगर ये फर्जी है, तो यशवंत वर्मा साहब 15 तारीख को दिल्ली पहुंचे। 15 से 20 के बीच में यशवंत वर्मा साहब ने क्यों नहीं बोला?
नहीं, अनिल तिवारी जी, मैं एक चीज बोलूं, I wish you had that invitation to at least go in court attire and share a cup of tea when he took oath, like they do invite you.
With regard to
I wish they called you for this oath-taking ceremony as well, so that you could look him in the eye, and ask him the question whether the cash was his.
And this photo, and एक minute, this photograph, Niranjan, that you're showing.
It's not a photo, sir. It's not a photo, sir.
The video.
मैं काम करता हूँ।
Some street.
ना मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको। ना मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको। सर 1 मिनट में दिखाता हूँ आपको।
This is the most
This
has to be
that a judge is being given
अरे भाई साहब 1 minute.
in a secret manner.
Now come on, this is because he's challenging me. I have to show this to him. 1 minute.
No, show it. But where did you get it from? Not certainly.
Or it was our reporter was outside the house. My friend.
Outside.
All our reporters were outside.
I respect.
Yeah, there is something called a clean-up job. Clean-up job.
Outside.
Yes. आप सुने, देखिए,
Look at the truck.
मैं बहुत साधारण आदमी हूँ, बहुत स्ट्रेट बात करता हूँ, मुझे बहुत ज्यादा घुमाना फिरना आता नहीं।
साहब, हमारे देश में बंदूक, चाकू, अन्य वस्तुएं बाहर किसी के घर रखी जा सकती हैं।
अरे ये जज का मामला है, हिंदुस्तान की पब्लिक का मामला है, ये आप इसको सिंपल तरीके से कैसे देखें?
जय अभी क्या हो रहा है अनिल जी?
आप फिर
अनिल जी, आप दोनों
ये कहना चाहते हैं,
आप दोनों लॉयर्स हैं,
जस्ट लाइक ए प्राइवेट क्लब।
No, you all are both lawyers. No, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute. आपको एक चीज बोलना चाहता हूं मैं, आप दोनों lawyers हैं, आपको लगता होगा और जय को लगता होगा he's going to give out the criminal argument. Jay, the people who are, no, 1 minute, people, 1 minute. Jay, with you know, just small point, and then I want Kapil to speak because he's barely spoken. Jay, if you think the people of India are fools, then you should tell this person who in 2011, on the 28th of July, 2011, his name was Shamsuddin. He was lodged in Tihar jail for alleged crime of stealing 200 rupees, which would have usually carried a sentence of 3 months imprisonment. He was sent to 1 year in jail for stealing 200 rupees on the 28th of July in 2011. Right?
If this judge
you should know 1 minute, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. And you should also, give this criminal argument to an 82-year-old railway clerk in Uttar Pradesh who had taken a bribe 32 years ago of rupees 100. He was sent to jail for a year in the year 2023 and imprisoned and imposed a fine of 15,000 rupees.
What you are saying proves my point.
1 minute. No, 1 second. Are you telling me that in this country, no, if you think people of India who are watching this show right now,
Jay, are not fools. The people of India are not fools.
And you know how many people, okay, Jay, let me stick my neck out. Jay, let me stick my neck out. Let me stick my neck out.
In an outhouse.
No, 1 second. I want Kapil to speak. I want Kapil to speak. I want Kapil to speak.
In an outhouse, some
I want Kapil to speak.
Nobody is
I want Kapil to
alleging
speak.
that Justice Varma did it or not. You unfortunately are presuming that what Tiwari ji and I are saying is Justice Varma has done it. We are saying pending an inquiry, it is unfortunate that the oath-taking ceremony took place.
Yes.
It could have been avoided till the report is filed, rightly or wrongly. And if it had to be done, I think it would have been just and proper to inform the Bar Association, who had either chosen to join in or not join in. But not doing it right now, Jay, does not mean that we are saying that he is guilty. We are saying that the process needs evaluation, because unfortunately what is happening is that the judiciary decided something at the back of the bar which has created trust deficit which is already there. So please do not misunderstand what we are saying. We are saying that pending investigation, it could have been avoided for a second. Only for a couple of days till the report is filed.
I understand what you're saying, but let me please respond. I think the Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court did the right thing in not publicizing this and sort of making a circus out of it, because till now, till today, this man is still innocent in the eyes of the law. And to humiliate him any further by inviting the members of the bar.
Please do not let him take an oath.
Yes.
Please let's not give him a seat.
But this is not a minister, Mr. Sankla.
I think we could have done the same thing.
Mr. Sankla, you know
that I've represented most of the politicians in India.
Yes, correct.
You know that.
But this is not a politician. I represent politicians as well. From both sides.
And you know what happens at any
and I do.
1 minute, can I ask you something? 1 second, can I ask you something? Jay, 1 minute, Kapil, Jay said something. I just, it just, my ears just burst hearing Jay saying that he is innocent in the eyes of the law.
Yes. He is.
Where is the FIR? Where is the FIR? Where is the FIR? Why no FIR? Why is he special? Tell me, Jay, why is he special? Jay, why is he special? When the Delhi Police Commissioner has said, when the Delhi Police Commissioner has stuck his neck out and said he received these videos from his force and saying that the fire officers have shot at themselves.
Police Commissioner should explain why he didn't.
FIR is the beginning of an investigation, sir. FIR is the beginning of an investigation. Of course, he will be innocent in the eyes of the law when there is no FIR, right?
No, you make a good point. One moment, Niranjan, you make a very good point. Let me answer that for a moment. If Mr. Sankla will permit me, I'm junior to him, so I'll defer to him.
No, of course, that is not it. But what I'm saying is just keep it short.
May I just say one thing?
What you're saying, unfortunately, is something that I may not agree with, but that does not mean that I am presuming somebody is guilty.
Yes, correct.
All that we're saying is like Caesar's wife, the old argument that's been taken in court forever. Like Caesar's wife.
No, sir.
You have to make sure.
Sir, I'm with you.
That
Caesar's wife has to be above suspicion. Yes. But please, if I can just...
supposed to be above board. So you could
I want to answer what Niranjan has said about the FIR. The idea of the FIR, Niranjan, in criminal law is so that a magistrate takes cognizance, and now it is in the eyes of the court. In this case, that no less than the Chief Justice of India.
Is taken much later. Cognizance is taken at the stage of charge sheet, at the stage of FIR.
Yes, spoken like a true advocate, Jay. Spoken like a true advocate, my friend.
That in terms of the judge, now the investigation is now basically being supervised in a sense by the judge, which will either lead to closure or will result in a charge sheet.
The FIR is the prerogative of the police. The investigation is the prerogative
if it is a cognizable offence.
After that, when charge sheet is filed, is the stage where the
there is cognizance for trial, but the whole
so that is a different thing.
But no, I'm sorry, I disagree with you.
Jay, I'm sorry.
No, I'll tell you.
To bring
all
the criminal
justice
system into motion,
two things could have happened. Either the report should have been filed, and then either...
I'm going to end this, Kapil, I'm going to end this by saying one thing, right? Here, there are two Indias. The people talk about two Indias, right? I'll tell you. There is, in one part of India, there is an FIR filed in April 2017. When the police get a call, immediately they file an FIR. Immediately. Police file an FIR when they get a call at 12:50 a.m., roughly around the same time when the cash was found, or maybe before that, in the judge's house. In 2017, they get a call at midnight. They file an FIR when an auto rickshaw driver alleged that he was robbed by unknown persons in some hotel, Mount View in Chandigarh in Sector 10. You know why I'm telling you this? Because after that, the police investigated. A Chandigarh youth was sent to 8 years in jail based on an FIR filed at midnight for stealing a wallet. You know how much was in that wallet? 100 rupees. Sent to 8 years in jail. And in another part of India, in this new India, you have pictures, videos of burning cash. And then we are arguing here on national television.
We don't know if it's
One
cash.
second.
It's not,
You're
we don't
arguing
know
here on national television saying there is no need of an FIR. I'll tell you what, people are not stupid. You know that, Jay. You know it. I know it. You will say something on TV, but you know what? People make their judgments.
The idea of an FIR is so that the magistrate starts supervising the investigation.
The money being
Chief
checked,
Justice of
verified.
India.
Sir, when the cash was discovered at midnight, Jay, when the cash was discovered at midnight, magistrate was not investigating it. Sorry, when the cash was, one second, Jay, don't contradict yourself. When the cash was discovered at midnight, magistrate was not investigating it. No. Magistrate was not investigating when the cash was discovered at midnight.
I'm asking you if there is cash that was burnt. Where is it today?
Of course it's cleaned up,
sir. Where is the cash? We don't know that.
Okay. Unbelievable.
That's the classic. Where's the
cash?
No, there's no cash.
Of course there's no cash. No cash.
And so even that merits an investigation or an inquiry pending which we could have waited for the Honorable Judge's oath-taking ceremony. Nothing would have moved. People's trust would have been built. We would have all loved an innocent judge there. We would have welcomed him. The bar would have welcomed him.
Okay, I'm leaving it at this.
If he's found guilty, he'll be stripped of his judgeship. Let's be fair.
Then why take the oath ceremony for some time? We could
because he's innocent as on today. He's innocent today.
No. I don't think we're thinking too far out. I don't think it's going to go that far, Jay, the way it's going. You may have your way.
No, I mean,
you may have your way. You never know.
I trust our judges. I trust there'll be an
inquiry.
I don't know as well.
I don't know.
I hope the truth comes out.
Anil ji, last word to you after.
मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ. Last line बोलूँगा.
Yes, please. बताइए.
मुझे please time दे दें.
Please.
क्या सीजर्स वाइफ का जो ये मुहावरा है,
हाँ जी,
जजेस आर लाइक सीजर्स वाइफ एबव सस्पिशन,
हाँ जी,
क्या ये किसी आईएएस ऑफिसर पे लागू होता है? क्या ये किसी एमपी पे लागू होता है? क्या ये किसी मिनिस्टर पे लागू होता है? क्या ये किसी प्राइम मिनिस्टर पे लागू होता है? ये जजेस के लिए लागू होता है. मतलब क्या इसका? गिल्टी है या नहीं? सवाल ये है ही नहीं. सवाल ये है कि आज की डेट में पब्लिक ट्रस्ट के कारण इन्होंने चुपचाप वो दिलाई. राय साहब, आपसे एक सवाल पूछूं. आपका बच्चा घर में शाम को घर लौटे,
एक और डिबेट,
और पीछे हाथ छिपा के कुछ छिपाया रहे, तो क्या कहेंगे आप? क्यों छिपा रहे हो?
बोले
क्या वजह थी? क्यों नहीं बताया हमको कि ओथ होने वाली है? क्या हम वहाँ पब चलाते? क्या
आपके बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है और जो आप कर रहे हैं वो सही कर रहे हैं.
आपके मुझे बहुत ज्यादा अंग्रेजी नहीं आती. मैं शुद्ध हिंदीवादी आदमी हूँ. बहुत अंग्रेजी मुझे आती नहीं है. बहुत अमेरिकन इंग्लिश में बोल नहीं पाता, इसलिए कलर लगाऊंगा नहीं. मैं शुद्ध हिंदी में आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ. आपका बच्चा कोई चीज आपसे छिपा रहा है, इसका मतलब
इसका
क्या
उत्तर
है?
शुद्ध हिंदी में मैं आपको दे सकता हूँ. इसका
मतलब है,
यह जो उदाहरण है
ये पता है
इस सिचुएशन में लागू है.
इसका मतलब है राय साहब कि वो बच्चे को ये पता है कि उसको कुछ गलत उसने किया है. मुझे आज
साहब हैं, उन्होंने
इंटीमेशन
कुछ
दो
नहीं
जजेस
छुपाया
का है, यशवंत का नहीं है, तो सीजे साहब को ये पता है
नहीं, इसका-
कि उन्होंने कुछ गलत
नहीं
किया,
नहीं, इसका
इसलिए
ये भी
उन्होंने
मतलब हो
छुपाया।
सकता है. I mean, ending the debate. I'm ending the debate. I have another debate. I was supposed to end this at 12:30. Sorry, 9:24, but it's already 9:36. I'm ending it right now. इसका मतलब ये भी हो सकता है अनिल तिवारी जी कि ये बच्चा जिसके बारे में आप बात कर रहे थे, that बच्चा is not answerable to anybody. It could also
Yes,
be
yes, he's not
that bacha is
answerable to
not
anybody.
answerable to anybody.
Yes,
Nobody, let alone the people, his parents, his family,
realize-
not answerable. Thank you very much.
Yes,
I'm leaving
he's
it at
not
that.
answerable.
He's not answerable. Thank you very much.
Yes.
We'll meet again.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.